Alright guys, so some of you guys asked me for a video to do a review of for your quiz tomorrow, and so that's what we're going to do. Let me just adjust this. I think we're good. Alright, let's go. So basically what you're going to do is I'm going to put up some problems on the board, and you can pause the video and then do the problem, and then I will do the answer on the board after. So let me list your topics that you're going to be on your quiz tomorrow, and you can write this down. It'll be on midsegments. There will be perpendicular bisectors. There will be angle bisectors. And, of course, circumcenter, which is connected to your perpendicular bisector. See? And your angle bisector will be with incenter. If you're wondering why they're connected, perpendicular bisectors are the ones that make your circumcenter, and angle bisectors are the ones that make your incenter. Okay? So anytime you need to pause, just, pause it and then you can keep going. And if you need to hear it again, you can do that too. So I'm going to erase this. Now let's go over midsegments. Okay. Now once again, midsegments are made of the midpoints of each side connected, right? So I will make one for you. Okay, remember we do midpoint to midpoint to midpoint and then connect them. I would use a ruler, but this board is kind of hanging off my wall a little bit. The ruler is sort of helping it stay up, so if I take it off, it's going to fall over. Okay, alright. So if I give you, I want to find the perimeter of this triangle. Okay? And I tell you that the midsegment is 49 right there. This midsegment is 42. And this midsegment is 6x minus 1. And this length is 13x minus 10. Now, you'll likely want to go back into your notes to figure out what are the properties of midsegments. Okay? So do that. Pause this. Go ahead. Do the problem. But I will keep going. So we want to find the perimeter of the triangle, this big triangle. Okay? And that means that we need to do some calculations. I'll add on to this. So as the midsegment, multiply it by 2 and you get the disconnected side. 49 times 2 gives me a length of 98 down here. I hope you guys can see the pink. I think it's okay. All right. 42, the midsegment times 2 gives you the disconnected length, and so that's going to be a length of 84. Okay? Now, the last one, we're going to have to do some calculations here. Now, 2 times the midsegment is equal to the length of the side. So we're going to do the calculation, and it's going to look like this. You have to solve for x first. But let's set it up. 2 times the midsegment is equal to the disconnected side. Okay? So, if you want to pause it and do that calculation, that's fine. 12x minus 2 equals 13x minus 10. Don't forget to distribute to each of the terms inside the parentheses. Okay? So, now we got to move everything to each side, so I'm going to subtract 12x minus 12x plus 10 plus 10. This goes away. This becomes 8 equals x. I'm not done yet, because I want to find the length of this side. So what I have to do is I have to plug in my x as 8, and then I'll find that side. And I'll get 13 times 8 minus 10. Okay? And that gives me 94. This is 94 up here. And the perimeter is adding each of the sides together. So I will do 84 plus 98 plus 94, and that gives me a total of 276, and there's your answer. Okay, if you need to watch it again, you can do it again. Of course, I recommend that you go over your notes, go over your homework that I've given you, all of that good stuff, okay? Here it is once more, so if you need to pause it, then you can do that. But let's move on to perpendicular bisectors. Okay. Perpendicular bisector has a theorem and a converse. Of course, the midsegment has a theorem as well that you should be going over. It's the one that tells you that it's half of the disconnected side and that they're parallel. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do another midsegment first. Let's work with the parallel one. So I'll give you this one. We're going to be working with the angles. Point to point. Okay. And the midpoint is parallel. Okay. So that's not going to be given to you. It will just tell you that this side is the midsegment. Okay. And here is angle 1. Here is angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, and angle 5. And I'm only going to give you the following angles: 59 degrees, and I think this is 127 degrees. Okay? So if you want to pause it right here and see if you can figure out all the measures of the angles. You can go ahead and do that. But otherwise, let us move on. So because I've told you that they're parallel, you should know that you should be remembering all your parallel line theorems. That'll include alternate interior angles, and alternate exterior angles, corresponding angles, and same side consecutive angles will be supplementary. Okay? Between these two, we don't really have an alternate interior angle. We don't have any alternate exterior angles. You know, we've got corresponding and same side interior. Remember, these two are the ones that are parallel. These are the separate transversals. Okay? When you're doing calculations, you only worry about one transversal at a time, and then we're going to work on that one. Okay? So let's work on this bottom one first. 59 right here. This is corresponding with angle 4, and so this one is also going to be 59 degrees. Okay? It is it's same side interior with angle 5. So if I do 180 minus 59, I will get angle 5. And that'll give me 121 degrees. I'll fill that in right there. Remember, you want to fill out your diagram as you go. Okay, otherwise it's going to get really confusing. If I didn't plug this in here, you're going to have a hard time figuring out how to find angle 3. All right, well, we figured out what we can do right here. Okay, so let's go to our other transversal. We're going to work up top now. So here we have angle 2 is supplementary with 121 and corresponding with angle 1. We could figure out angle 1 first or angle 2 first. I think a lot of you guys would be more comfortable seeing the angle 2 first. So if I do angle 2 plus 127 equals 180, that gives me angle 2 is 53 degrees. So I'm going to put that right here. Okay. Angle 2 and angle 1 are corresponding angles, so I'm going to put 53 degrees right here. I'll fill that in up there. Okay. And now I've got a triangle right here. Of course, the triangle angle sum theorem says that the three angles of a triangle should add up to 180. And if I do that, 53 plus 59 plus angle 3 is 180. That gives me angle 3 to be 68 degrees. And now I've completed my problem. Okay? Here's the problem right there. If you want to pause it and check your answers against it, go ahead. But we're going to move on now to angle bisectors. Okay. Oh, nope. Perpendicular bisectors. I'm sorry. We're going to perpendicular bisectors. I like these colors. Okay, so we know perpendicular bisectors. So we start with a segment. And if I have a perpendicular, this is my midpoint. If I have a perpendicular line from there, I know that any point on here will be equidistant to the sides of the segment. So I'm just going to start up here, and I'll connect it. I'll connect this one, okay? The theorem says if this, then, then this, okay? So for you to have a little bit of help, if I just gave you, so I give you 7x plus 24 over here, and 13x minus 48 over here. Well, I see that it's a perpendicular bisector, so I know that these sides are going to be equal. I'll set them equal to each other. 7x plus 24 equals 13x minus 48. Okay, minus 7x plus 48. And doing all the calculations, I get x equals 12. Okay, I'm just looking for x right now, but if I told you that you wanted to find a side, one of these sides, you're going to have to plug it in. Okay, so make sure you're always paying attention to what the directions tell you that you're looking for. Don't just stop at finding x, because that might not be the final answer. Okay, so this is the perpendicular bisector theorem.